Good morning, students. Our chapter number 4, that is banking and the monetary policy. In that, we are almost completed with the various topics. This is our last topic that you can able to see on your screen. That till now we have completed with the topics like evaluation, meaning of the bank, and their important points. Also, I stated to you whenever I am doing the explanation, whether in the classes, online classes, or whether in the video. Then the classification of bank, commercial bank, in that the function of commercial bank, presence of the commercial bank in India. Then it comes to the central bank, that is the Reserve Bank of India, and its functions of the RBI. So under the functions or of the RBI, there are also monetary function and the non-monetary function. We have also seen that. Now in the last topic is the monetary policy. Now in that there are also two instruments of the monetary policy. There is the quantitative one and the qualitative one. Quantitative one we have already done with. Now today we are going to see and discuss regarding the qualitative measures. Now students, we can say it as that beside the general measures and different from the general measures, the RBI uses a certain selective measures to direct the credit for the development of certain section of the economy, we can say. Now these measures have unique impact on some of the sectors and are not meant to impact all the sectors similarly. Some of the measures are as follows that you can see on your screens. First one is the security requirement, second the margin requirement, third ceiling of credit, and the fourth one discriminatory interest rate. So these topics we are going to see in detail. Now in that first one you can see on your screen that bank must ensure that the public return the loan given to them, as bank is lending the money to the public. Now bank also must ensure of that the public is returning the loan amount. So they lend against some security. So bank is going to take some of the securities from the general public. Now what will happen in sudden case arises that the borrower is not able to pay the dues, then bank uses this security to recover the amount. Now here if the borrower is not able to pay, then we can term this as a NPA, that is a non-performing asset is going to happen if not paid, and then what will happen, bank have to sell the own properties to compensate and recover the money from that amount. So examples you can see on your screen, students, there is a jewelry, deposit, car, house, land. So these are loan taken by the public, and if it is not paid, then the bank is going to sell out that property and recover the amount. So this is the first one that we can say it as a security requirement. So it is also directs by the RBI to the commercial bank. Now that comes second one, that is the margin requirement. Now you can see that RBI margin granting loans against the security, individual will get certain percentage as a loan of the total value of assets offered as a security. Now students, if I say that if someone gives jewelry to the bank, now if I have given gold to the commercial bank for rupees 50,000, do the commercial bank lend me the whole amount? It is not such. No bank will not lend the whole amount. Then there are some marginal requirement fixed by the RBI over there. So because some percentage are secured considered to the total assets. Now example, if the gold we can say that is 100%, now I will only get 60% of that. And the rest remaining amount we can say it as the bank will keep it as the security purposes. So this is what the margin requirement we can say it is set by the RBI, that if I have kept 50,000 gold, then bank is not going to give me all the 50,000, he is going to give me 60%, and the rest remaining 40% is the bank keep it with them as a security. So this is the margin requirement. Now ceiling of credit, you can see the RBI also prescribes ceiling for credits for different purposes. We can say that question arises, now what the amount RBI is going to lend to the various yojanas we can say. or at what amount the RBI is going to lend to the agriculture sector, we can say, or the what amount the RBI is going to lend to the fishery sector. So that amount is fixed by the RBI. They are putting some ceiling limits on them. So it is also fixed according to the different purpose. So it can be said as a ceiling of credit. Now the last point you can see, that is the discriminatory interest rate. Now what is this discriminatory interest rate? That RBI suggests differential rate of interest for the different types of lending. Now this is called the policy of discriminatory interest rate. Now here what will happen, if you have taken the home loan, it will be charged, that is 8 to 10%, and for personal loan they are going to charge 18 to 24%. So there are the rates are discriminatory, you can see students. So if for agriculture purpose also it is 4 to 5%. So RBI understand and then they discriminate the interest rate. You can also take an example like a relatively lower rate of interest is charged from the needy farmers than what is charged from the rich business persons to buy a car or a house. So these are the discriminatory rates. It is fixed by the RBI. So these are the 4 qualitative measures you are going to learn, students. That is quite important. So this is our last topic of the chapter number 4. If you are having any doubts related to the further topic also or this topic, you may ask and clear your doubts. So for today, have a nice day.